A very warm good evening and welcome you all on the 20th episode of You the Nurse Talk Show. Thank you very much for your all love, feedback, critics, and appreciations. And today we are 5 months old. And today is my favorite episode because today we are.
तो सही है कि दिक्कत ही कहीं हो रही है मेरे को
I request everyone to mute themselves. I request Mr. Krish to ensure that everybody is muted. May I start?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Once again, welcome you all on the 20th episode, You the Nurse Talk Show. And today we will be celebrating our Impact Factor 2.0. The concept of this week, we will be talking about professional adjustment. And today we will be having three distinguished nursing fraternity who will be talking about their life story and their adjustment when they start their life from the students to the professional as a professional nurses. With that note, I request my team to please introduce themselves. Geeta.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Geeta Sena. I'm an emergency nurse, have experience of emergency department 10 years. And also I have experience of the nurse informatics system. And welcome to welcome to all lovely Impact Factor. And also welcome to all the participants.
Krish Thomas.
Yes, good evening to all. I'm Chris Thomas, professionally psychiatric nurse, and I love to be a teacher. And I welcome everyone to this today's our show. We are really excited to hear you all. Thank you once again.
Yeah, Dolmadi.
Good evening, everyone. I am Yangchen Dolma, a nurse, proud nurse for the last 2 decades. I welcome you all to this show, and today's our objective is to bridge the gap between the young ones and the senior nurses and to make each other understand better. So hope you all will have a very enriching session. Welcome everyone.
Yeah, Shri ma'am. Over to you, Shri ma'am.
I'm Sri Devi. Welcome to the show, and especially happy to listen to the youngsters because long time since I have been young or old, whatever you want to say. And so it will be great to listen to all of you. I have been 37 years in love with nursing.
Thank you very much. Rekha Didi is there?
No.
Okay, over to you, you of the show, Uma ma'am.
You starting with me?
No, ma'am. I just want that. Please introduce yourself.
You want me to introduce myself?
Yes.
Because you didn't say introduce. You say you over. I'm Uma Handa. Well, I'm the youngest member of this family, as I always say, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much, everyone. And especially on the behalf of whole team of You Nurse Talk Show, I welcome all the distinguished guests of today's Impact Factor 2.0. And these are the young dynamic nurses. Well, let me tell you, when I think about the adjustment, the word adjustment, I find this is little more than a term. And I would say it's a skill or it's a feeling, whether accommodating 3 people or 2 seat, or just eating that last bite from your plate जो आप बिल्कुल नहीं खाना चाहते but just because कि मम्मी ने कहा है तो हमें finish करना है, eating your vegetable which you actually dislike, or choosing a professional career or life or maybe life partner just because of security, safety or welfare. So adjustment, we keep doing adjustment on daily basis in our life at the personal, social and professional level. Today we will be talking about this professional adjustment, and our whole idea of this today's show will be I'm so sorry, I'm just requesting co-host to please make sure that everybody is muted except me. Yeah. So today we will be talking about these three dynamic nurses. When I talk about the Miss Sucheta Panchal, she's the nurse, and she will be talking about an incident when she just, just passing out from the nursing school and college, and she was entering into a professional life. She actually stuck in such a situation, and it was a very difficult that still today she feels like a goosebump when she think about that incident. And that's all she managed to get out of that, and ultimately she is a leader today. Our next speaker will be a young dynamic nurse, Miss Alka Rai, who always love to go on a third option whenever she will be having any professional decision making dilemma. So we'll be listening this young nurse. And another, last but not the least, is a most inspiring Mr. Chenaram Prajapati, who actually entered into the nursing just to support his family financially, and soon after entering into the nursing he realized that this profession is little more than just just a profession of a social security or the financial security. And that is how he explored the various dimension of this profession and exert himself to learn a lot. And now he is one of the eminent nursing leader from the Rajasthan, and he's a favorite teacher of his students. With that note, I request our today's first speaker, Miss Sucheta.
Rupa, just I'm interrupting. Sorry.
Yeah.
Your screen is not actually properly shared. Actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it's fine. Yes, I can proceed. Yeah.
Thank you, Krish. Yeah. Can you see now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will be requesting Miss Sucheta Panchal. Are you there, ma'am? Chris, Sucheta is there?
There.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rupa ma'am, and your team for considering me to share my experience on very favorite topic, professional adjustment, on your esteemed show. Um, what I feel is that no profession in this world is untouched with one or another kind of adjustment in their work life. It's important element responsible for our efforts, learning, and internal motivation. And it always depends on us what we extract basically from our adjustments. So here I begin with my story, and let me take you back in 2006 when I have joined nursing. I was completely unaware of the nursing course, hospital practice, the subjects, and even the job scope. Um, but what excited me to join this course was the campus and the hostel life. So one day, when I was talking to my father on phone, and I was basically crying due to some ragging incidents. My father said to me that if you're not comfortable in this course, leave it and come back to home. And I will understand that my 1 lakh rupees I dumped in water. I got surprised because as my father is a government employee, little money minded. So I thought like this is not coming, this kind of statement from him is not so natural. So I asked him that, you know, if somebody had said something to him. So he replied that one of my uncle told him that where you have enrolled your daughter, uh, nobody marries nurses. So I got really angry because उनके खुद के दो बच्चे dentist हैं. So I was surprised that people are stating something like this to, to others. And at this stage I have already completed 3 months of my nursing course, and I knew that nursing India nurses are nationally and internationally recognized. So I told to my father that I know what I'm doing, and uh, but you don't believe that till uh, during whole 4 years he was not able to uh, disclose to others that I'm doing BSc nursing. Even if somebody asked him, that he used to mention that she's doing BSc only. What I thought is like nursing is a public figure. Nurses are public figure, and the social perception attached to the nurses at that moment labeled on me also. And I was just 3 months old in the profession, so I think for me the professional adjustment began initially. Then in 2010, when I have been placed by college uh, at our campus hospital. Unfortunately, I got assigned to one area, an ICU, which was not in my choice list. And at the very first day of my joining my job, I reached to the ward and meet in charge there. आप जानते थे वो 4 साल से हम लोग वहीं पे काम करते थे, तो she was very happy to have me and started introducing me with the staff members. 15 to 20 minutes passed, and she has received a call from labor room that there is a newborn receiving and one staff is required there. She immediately told me to receive that delivery. I was already came to the ward with half heart because मैं नहीं करना चाहती थी NICU में posting, and with loss of anxiety, but I committed yes at that moment to that task. And the receiving of newborn made me a full-fledged staff nurse within the 30 minutes of joining. So I realized that a day before I was a student, and 4 people over me were assigned to take all the responsibility of my mistakes. But with just a change in my uniform, I lost all the rights to say no. Like, I can't do this, I don't know how to do this. And then I understood that now my knowledge will be my safeguard, and my experience in the clinical field can only supervise me. But one more one more incident I would like to share with you all here. That was um, that was also from my clinical life, and that shook me because I have appointed in dengue care facility in the dengue season, and this is just for a shift because my routine ward is an ICU, and this ward was newly constructed with 50 bed occupancy, no stable staff, no installed oxygen, vacuum lines, and no fixed inventory. So the shift supervisors generally, they assign staffs from the other wards, generally the junior staff. So I requested my shift supervisor to assign one senior along with me. But when I entered to the ward, I found my batchmate only assigned next to me. So when I entered to the ward, the evening staff sister who was supposed to give me handover, she started shouting on me, आप लेट आ रहे हो, ये कोई टाइम नहीं आने का, मैं कब से ड्यूटी कर रही हूँ, I was waiting since so long, I was like 10 minutes late, and she has not given any handover to me, and she left the ward. Over तो मिला नहीं था, तो I just started with medication. And it was approx 15 minutes to my shift, and one person, I was taking 15 minutes to each patient, each person, because I have to read files, then I have to administer medicine. Some people were supposed to get platelets transfusion and the fluids. So there was an old lady admitted as follow-up case of diabetic mellitus in the ward, and she was on insulin therapy. I remember it was 8:45 p.m. and she was expecting, she was waiting for me to give her insulin dose. I've checked her file and specifically for insulin prescription, but the handwriting I was not getting. हैंडओवर मुझे मिला नहीं था, हैंडराइटिंग मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रही थी. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो 8 यूनिट्स लिखा हुआ है, बट her husband was insisting me that she usually get 11 units. Every day she gets 11 units. I tried to confirm by calling doctor, but did not receive any response from the medical unit. I went to my batchmate so that I will, ask for his opinion, what he suggests to me. I saw he was dragging, oxygen cylinder, and he told me that he has transfused platelets to one person, and he has developed allergic reactions. Then I thought it's not the right time to ask him, and now this was my test time because I have to decide with how much dose I have to administer to the patient. Mm, on my basis only, I have given 8 unit to the patient, but she got dizzy shortly. Her husband started yelling at me badly, and immediately I injected glucagon to her and called to the doctor. I have experienced all bad emotions at that moment because the lady, her husband was shouting me too badly, and along with him, many other attendants were started starting yelling at me. Then anyway, that lady got shifted to uh, another medical ward after this, and my whole night shift was passed with frustration, anxiety, and guilt. Then in the morning time at 6 a.m. I started the morning medication, and there were some pediatric uh, people were also admitted. So I reached to a child who was on intravenous vancomycin and amikacin. So I was supposed to administer both of the medication. In vancomycin, I have to give intravenously in 5% dextrose, and amikacin I have to give direct, through intravenous route. I asked to the child's mother. Yeah. I asked to the child's mother.
Yeah.
So,
Sucheta, I just wanted to ask you, Sucheta, I hope you can
yes,
hear me.
Yes,
Just quickly cover this because we are Facebook Live and we just avoid to be very specific with the medication's name and other things. I hope you understand my point.
Sure. So
Avoid medication error openly. Yeah.
Sure. So
You say your whole incident. Don't be very specific, bacha. Thank you.
So I asked for medication to his mother, and she gave me 2 filled syringes without any label. Then this was my second time of test because I have to choose which one is the medicine A and which one is the B. Um, what I was having very less time, so I just did Jai Mata Di, and one I have put in 5% dextrose, and another I have given directly after 50 ml, dilution, 20 ml dilution, sorry. After 5 minutes, his mother screamed, the child turned blue, and I was almost drained mentally. I rushed to the nursing station, uh, first to pick the oxygen cylinder. Then I saw that it was occupied. Then I ran to the baby and flushed that same 5% dextrose at bolus. And I was literally terrified. Made a call to NICU because I know the personal number also. So then I simply attached a cardiac monitor and waiting that how this child will respond. I was not sure what can be the best approach at that moment. But outside the room, I remember the whole entire family was standing and waiting for me to catch up to Malvi. Within 5 minutes, the child start turning pink, and that was the time when I was able to feel air. Then pediatrician came and handled the family and the child very well. This incident is something which is not less than any nightmare to me and made me think again and again over it. My all learning uh, and experience and the confidence shattered after this moment. I have shared with very few people about this because I knew that not everyone will understand. It was my mistake or it was the situation lead to this whole scenario. What I understood at the end was that there was some factors like lack of that shift handover, uh, absence of any senior guidance at that moment to me, some lack of some sources, maybe the if I do have plenty of drugs, so maybe मैं वो unlabeled drug को use नहीं करती, and the workload obviously. So if these would have changed or replaced, the situation was something else. So these transitions basically taught me that alone no one can accomplish their job, ethically and legally right in our practice and profession. Though we have enough knowledge and skills, but we need a good team. A good team work, a good teamwork can help everyone to survive safely in our work life. And more than our books, I share my own clinical experience to my students also. I know they generally get bored with my classes, but many of them shared same to me, that they remember what I taught to them. So what at the end, I just want to say that mm, two eyes have to tilt equally to make a good V, and we nurses only can help each other to extract positive learning from professional adjustments instead of hate, jealousy, burnout, and much more. Thank you, Rupa ma'am.
Thank you very much, Sucheta, for being so honest. Really love your this integrity toward the profession. And personally, I know her as a very creative and determined girl, which I forgot to say in the beginning. If you assign something to Sucheta, she is the one who will be always finishing things on time. And thank you very much, Sucheta, for being on the show, sharing this whole experience with us. And with that, I request our next speaker, Mr. Chenaji, Chenaram Prajapaji. So, yeah. So he's the guy with the inspiration. Like, when I got to know about him, I really wanted to know more about him. As I told you that he entered into this profession just for the financial security and stability, and soon he actually, you can see his credential, the level of training he's having, the mentorship, the various programs he's involved. He worked with the UNICEF for 5 years in his own district, and moreover he's working in such a difficult area. I really don't want to take much of your time, and over to you, Chenaramji, and thank you very much for accepting the invitation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, all of you. Special thanks to Rupa ma'am, Sridevi ma'am, Krish sir, and सभी co-host को और सभी इस जो प्लेटफॉर्म है उसके जो संचालक हैं उन सभी को मेरा नमस्कार, और मुझे इनवाइट करने के लिए आपको बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। एक्चुअली में मेरी जो स्टोरी है कि मैंने 2003 में नर्सिंग ज्वाइन इसलिए किया था कि मुझे मेरे पेरेंट्स ने कहा था कि बेटा इसमें जॉब ज्वाइन कर लोगे तो जल्दी से नौकरी लग जाएगी, या फिर अपन प्राइवेट क्लिनिक कर लेंगे तो उसके बाद अपने घर की स्थिति है, फाइनेंशियल स्थिति है, वो अपन सुधार सकते हैं, ठीक हो जाएगी। तो इसलिए मैडम मैंने ज्वाइन कर लिया। लेकिन कुछ समय बाद वहां जब पता चला कि सिर्फ ये जो जॉब प्रोफेशन है ये सिर्फ अर्निंग का, पैसे कमाने का नहीं है, इसमें हम रह के अपनी आइडेंटिटी बना सकते हैं और एक अलग पहचान बन जाएगी। स्पेशली जब हमारा एरिया राजस्थान का, और स्पेशली वी बिलोंग्स टू बाड़मेर, डेजर्ट एरिया, और इसमें दूर दूर तक गांव और दूर दूर तक ढाणियां होती हैं, तो उसमें वहां लोगों को जो मेडिकल और नर्सिंग फैसिलिटीज नहीं मिल पाती। और जो लोग इस तरह से जो नर्सिंग या डॉक्टर्स की जो ट्रेनिंग कर लेता है तो वो उनके लिए भगवान के बराबर होता है, तो एक विशेष इमेज होती है। तो मैंने सोचा कि चलो ये तो अपन कर ही रहे हैं, तो अब इस आ गए हैं तो हम कुछ इस तरह से सीख के जाएं इस प्रोफेशन में कि हम अपना नाम भी कमा सकें और लोगों को सर्विस भी दे सकें। मैम 2006 में मेरा ट्रेनिंग कंप्लीट हो गया और 2006 से 2008 तक मैंने प्राइवेट में काम किया। 1 साल मैंने टीचिंग काम किया प्राइवेट नर्सिंग स्कूल में, क्योंकि टीचिंग मेरा एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट रहा है शुरू से। और टीचिंग एक्चुअली में मैं हमारे एक सर थे दीपू सर, उन दीपू सर की मैं मिमिक्री कर करके सीखा था, क्योंकि वो साउथ इंडियन थे तो पढ़ाते थे और मैं नॉर्थ इंडियन था तो मुझे इंग्लिश इतनी अच्छी नहीं आती थी, तो उनकी क्लास के बाद मैं मिमिक्री करता था, मेरे क्लास वालों को भी पढ़ाता था, तो उससे मेरी टीचिंग की हैबिट भी बन गई। फिर 2007 में मैंने फोर्टिस एस्कॉट टर्सरी केयर हॉस्पिटल ज्वाइन किया और वहां मैम एक ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस रहा कि एक्चुअली में वहाँ जो सभी नर्सेज थे उन्होंने प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल में अच्छी जगह काम किया हुआ था, तो उन सबको बहुत चीजें आती थी, हालांकि मेरे को भी काफी अच्छी स्किल्स थी। लेकिन वहां पर एक दिन डायरेक्टर सर ने पूछा कि किसको एबीजी लेना आता है, तो मैम 192 नर्सेज थे, पूरा कॉन्फ्रेंस था उनका, तो सभी के हाथ ऊपर थे मेरे सिवाय, एक मुझे ही नहीं आता था। मुझे उस दिन लगा कि ये क्या हो गया, मुझे नहीं आता एबीजी सैंपल लेना नहीं आता। तब मैंने अगले दिन मैंने वहां हमारे जो वार्ड के सिस्टर इंचार्ज थे उनको कहा कि मैडम आप मुझे सिखा दोगे क्या, और मैडम ने मुझे एक बार, मैंने कहा जस्ट बता देना मुझे कैसे लेते हैं एबीजी सैंपल। उन्होंने मुझे एक बार सैंपल लेना सिखाया और मैम ये बताना चाहूंगा कि जब भी कभी सैंपल नहीं निकलता था किसी से तो बाद में मुझे कहते थे कि चनाराम को बोल दो सैंपल ले लेगा। तो वो मेरा एक स्ट्रॉन्ग डिटर्मिनेशन था कि मुझे जो नहीं आता है वो मैं अच्छे से सीखूंगा। और ऐसा ही एक इंसिडेंस हुआ फोर्टिस में ही मैडम कि मुझे सर्जिकल आईसीयू से मेडिकल आईसीयू में शिफ्ट किया, ट्रांसफर कर दिया कि आपको वहां काम करोगे। और पहले ही दिन नाइट ड्यूटी थी और पहले ही दिन रात को 10 बजे मेरे पास केस आया और मॉर्निंग में 4 बजे वो केस एक्सपायर भी हो गया। मल्टी ऑर्गन फेल्योर था, उसके पेशेंट के रिसीविंग से लेकर डेड बॉडी पैकिंग तक सारे काम करवा लिए मुझसे उस पेशेंट पे, और इवन वो साथ साथ में मुझे चिकन पॉक्स इन्फेक्शन भी दे गया। तो जो कुछ हो सकता था उस हॉस्पिटल में वो एक ही नाइट में मेडिकल इमरजेंसी की मतलब सारे प्रोसीजर उस पे सेंट्रल लाइन से लेकर आपके ईटी ट्यूब और वेंटिलेटर तक सब कुछ करवा लिया उसने, और हर काम में उसने परफेक्ट कर दिया, हर पेशेंट एक्सपायर भी हो गया। तो वो मैंने वहां पर, मेरे लिए नया था बिल्कुल, लेकिन मैंने हालांकि मेरे पे डॉक्टर भी चिल्लाया भी था कि तेरे को पता नहीं, ये नहीं वो नहीं, लेकिन मेरा फर्स्ट डे था तो इसलिए फिर भी मैंने उस चीज को एक्सेप्ट किया, जैसे भी था मुझे उसको करना था फुल नाइट, और मैंने वो वहां से परफेक्ट एक ही नाइट में परफेक्ट मेडिकल आईसीयू का स्टाफ बन गया था। 2008 में मेरी गवर्नमेंट जॉब लगी, लकीली मैं मेरे डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल में लग गई, और हालांकि मैं यहाँ नहीं आना चाहता था, मैं टर्सरी लेवल पे काम करना चाहता था, क्योंकि मेरी एरिया जो था वही था कि मैं प्राइमरी लेवल पे काम नहीं कर पाऊंगा, और मैं आईसीयू वगैरह में जो क्रिटिकल केयर है वहां काम करना चाहता था। यहाँ डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल में आया तो यहाँ वो चीजें नहीं थी जो फोर्टिस एस्कॉट में थी या जहाँ से मैंने ट्रेनिंग की, वो चीजें नहीं मिली। तो मैं अंदर ही अंदर थोड़ा सा घुटने लगा कि अब मेरी जो एबिलिटी है मैं उसको यूज नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ। तो मैंने 2008 से 2009 तक बीच में कुछ स्टूडेंट्स को गाइड भी किया प्राइवेट के अंदर, नर्सिंग स्टूडेंट्स को एक कोचिंग भी चलाई थी मैंने 2-3 महीने के लिए ऑन द रिक्वेस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स। कुछ वहाँ क्लिनिकली बच्चे आते थे, उनकी रिक्वेस्ट पे मैंने चलाई, तो मेरे 10 में से 4 बच्चे गवर्नमेंट जॉब में सेलेक्ट भी हो गए थे। 10 बच्चे आते थे मेरे पास, उसमें 4 सेलेक्ट हुए, तो मुझे और इंटरेस्ट बढ़ा कि यार मैं अच्छे से कर सकता हूँ टीचिंग। 2009 में मुझे वहाँ के जो पीएमओ ने कहा कि आप जीएनएम जो स्कूल ऑफ नर्सिंग है उसमें आप एक सब्जेक्ट पढ़ा सकते हैं क्या, अगर आप चाहें तो हम वहाँ आपको डेपोटेट कर रहे हैं। तो सर ने मुझे वहाँ भेज दिया और मैं चला गया नर्सिंग टीचिंग में। और इसी दौरान मेरे सीनियर कलीग और साथी मेरे रोल मॉडल भी श्री मंगलाराम जी, जो अभी हमारे साथ ही ज्वाइन किए हुए हैं, इसी ग्रुप में है। तो सर ने मुझे एक अपॉर्चुनिटी दी कि बर्थ अटेंडेंट द्वारा IMR MMR ने कहा कि क्या आप जाना चाहोगे, तो मैंने इमीडिएटली यस कर दिया कि ठीक है मैं सर जाना चाहूंगा। क्योंकि मैम वो उस समय था, उस टाइम लोग जो हम स्पेशली हमारे नर्सेस थे, और स्पेशली जो बाड़मेर से इतने दूर एरिया से कोई भी यहाँ से जयपुर, यहाँ से दिल्ली जाना, वहां से ट्रेनिंग लेकर वापस फील्ड में आना, फील्ड में यहाँ पर एक जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट है बहुत बड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट है और इतनी फैसिलिटीज भी नहीं, तो कोई भी इतना इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होता था कि मैं इतनी दूर तक जाऊं और वहां पर ये ट्रेनिंग दूं। हमारे रूट लेवल पे जो हमारे स्टाफ हैं उनको मैं ट्रेन करूं, तो कोई भी हमारा नर्सिंग स्टाफ इंटरेस्टेड नहीं था उसमें। अ फ्यू पीपल्स आर इंटरेस्टेड, ठीक है। उसमें मेरे 2 जने सीनियर थे, मंगलाराम जी और साथ ही शंकर भवानी जी थे, और फिर मैंने ज्वाइन किया उनके साथ। तो हमने ये जो वो एक मौका था मुझे मिला, और उसके बाद मैंने कभी टर्न बैक होके नहीं देखा कि अब, क्योंकि मेरी लाइफ का वो टर्निंग पॉइंट था। जो सर ने मुझे वहां से टर्निंग पॉइंट दिया था कि आप इसमें जाना चाहोगे, और मैंने वहां से फिर गवर्नमेंट्स की जो ट्रेनिंग्स थी उनके साथ काम करना स्टार्ट किया। उसके बाद IMNCI और देन NSS के, मतलब नवजात शिशु सुरक्षा कार्यक्रम, RBS के, मल्टीपल्स ऑफ द ट्रेनिंग्स की मैंने स्टेट ट्रेनर, डिस्ट्रिक्ट ट्रेनर और मॉनिटर, मेंटर के रूप में, फैसिलिटेटर के रूप में काम किया। और इसके साथ साथ मुझे यूनिसेफ के साथ काम करने का मौका मिला। साथ ही मुझे गवर्नमेंट ऑफ राजस्थान, NIHFW, नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर, SIHFW, जो स्टेट और नेशनल लेवल की हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट की जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस है, NHRC, उन सब के साथ मुझे काम करने का, टीचिंग का, मॉनिटरिंग का, सबका अवसर मिला। तो मैम इसका जो बेनिफिट हुआ मुझे मेरे पर्सनल लाइफ में, ये बेनिफिट था कि मैंने जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट काम जो मैं घुट रहा था ना पहले, कि मेरी एबिलिटी का यूज नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, वो मैंने वहां पर यूज करना शुरू किया, क्योंकि टीचिंग मेरी हॉबी रही है। और टीचिंग के द्वारा और जो मेरी स्किल्स थी, उस स्किल्स के द्वारा मैंने फील्ड में जो हमारे जो हमारे ग्रास रूट लेवल के वर्कर्स हैं, ANMs, GNM स्टाफ और जो आशा वर्कर्स हैं, उनको हमने ट्रेन किया। उनको हमने वो सारी चीजें जो उनको नहीं आती थी या अपडेटेड नहीं थे, वो सारी चीजें उनको बताई, ताकि उनकी स्किल्स अपडेट हुई, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग हुई, उनका काम करने का तरीका बदला, और जो जिसकी वजह से जो हमारी IMR और MMR कम होनी थी, वो उस पर काफी बड़ा प्रभाव आया। क्योंकि हमारा जो एरिया है बहुत दूर दूर तक फैला हुआ है, वहां फैसिलिटीज बहुत मिनिमम है। तो मिनिमम रिसोर्सेज में मैक्सिमम जो रिजल्ट लाना था, उसके लिए हमने काम किया और उसमें हम सफल हुए। और स्पेशली जब यूनिसेफ के साथ रहा 5 साल तक, जो हमें अवसर मिला काम करने का, तो हमने वहां पर जो काम किया, हमारा जो वे ऑफ वर्किंग था वो था सपोर्टिव सुपरविजन, मींस विदाउट एन ऑथोरिटी टेक्निक, मतलब कोई भी दबाव डाले बिना पार्टिसिपेटरी वे से उनके साथ काम करना, हैंड्स ऑन प्रैक्टिस, उसी जगह पर जो उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स है वही रिजॉल्व करो। मींस मॉर्निंग 9 o'clock से शाम को 4 से 5 बजे तक हम उसी सेंटर पे रहते, उसी फैसिलिटी पे रहते। वहां के एक एक वर्कर को जो जिसका रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है, वो उसमें क्या मैक्सिमम दे सकता है, और मैक्सिमम भी इवन मतलब उन्हीं से पूछते थे कि भैया क्या, और वो जो सफल हुए। और इसके बाद जो दूसरा बेनिफिट हुआ, मेरा पर्सनल नॉलेज बढ़ा, जो मैं हमेशा चाहता था कि मैं कुछ नया सीखूं। और इसके बाद जो इम्पोर्टेंट था कि हमने मेरी जो इसमें थी पर्सनल आइडेंटिटी, व्यक्तिगत पहचान बनी, फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम। फ्रॉम जो हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट की जो स्टेट के ऑफिशियल्स थे, वहां से लेकर बॉटम के जो आशा वर्कर है, ईच एंड एवरीबडी नोज। वहां का हर एक हेल्थ वर्कर जानता था कि भाई ये बंदे आएंगे तो हमें हेल्प करेंगे। वरना अब अपने जो डिपार्टमेंट के लोग या जो भी जाते हैं ना, अपने सबऑर्डिनेट पे क्या होते हैं, धौंस जमाते हैं, कहते हैं कि ठीक है ये काम नहीं किया, वो नहीं किया, ये नहीं किया। तो वो तरीका हमने बदला कि ऐसे नहीं हो सकता, हम इनको पार्टिसिपेटरी वे से काम करवाएं तो हमारे रिजल्ट अच्छे आएंगे। तो उसकी वजह से वो लोग हमारा वेट करते थे कि ये टीम कब आएगी और कब चेनाराम जी वापस आएंगे और कब हमें ये चीज बताएंगे। वो फोन कॉल तक भी पूछते थे कि हम इस काम को कैसे करें। इवन न्यूबॉर्न सर्वाइवल, बच्चा कभी डिलीवरी के बाद में बच्चा अगर रिवाइव नहीं हो रहा है, ब्रीथिंग नहीं कर रहा है, तो रिसक्सिटेशन के लिए वो मुझे फोन करते थे कि भाई ऐसे बच्चे आते हैं तो हम क्या करें, किस टाइप से। एक आधा इंसिडेंस हो गया हो, लेकिन अगली बार हम कैसे करें, कितना जल्दी रिसक्सिटेट करें, हमने कहाँ मिस्टेक की, और हमने बच्चे को बचा लिया तो अपनी स्टोरीज भेजते थे कि आज हमने सर आपके अकॉर्डिंग, आपके बताए स्टोरी के अनुसार हमने आज रिसक्सिटेट किया, आपने जैसे बताया, और आज हमने बच्चा सर्वाइव कर लिया। तो मैनी ऑफ द एग्जांपल्स मींस अगर 10 में से वो 9 बच्चे, वो जो स्टाफ था हमारा सर्वाइव कर लेता है आज, जिनको हमने ट्रेन किया ग्रास रूट लेवल पे। और इवन डॉक्टर्स थे तो उनको ट्रेनिंग की जगह हम उनको जो नई चीजें थी, जो भी आते थे प्रोग्राम आते, उन प्रोग्राम के बारे में बताते। तो सभी का अच्छा रेस्पॉन्स रहा। स्टेट से लेकर स्टेट ही वेट करता था कि भाई, कहता था कि जब भी स्टेट डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कोई काम होता था तो हम फ्यू पीपल्स थे यहाँ पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट के, उनको कहता था कि भी आप ये बंदे हैं वहां पर ये काम कर लेंगे, तो हमें मतलब रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मिलती थी और हमारी मेरी एक अलग आइडेंटिटी बन गई थी। सबसे बड़ा बेनिफिट था वो मुझे इसमें अंदर हुआ। इसके बाद हमारे रिश्ते बने लोगों से, एक रिश्तों की मुहिम थी मैम, तो सभी लोग एक दूसरे को जानने लगे, जानने पहचानने लगे, तो कहीं भी किसी का काम नहीं अटकता। तो हम अपना इजिली एक दूसरे से, नर्सिंग स्टाफ है वो एक दूसरे से अपनी हेल्प करके काम हो सकता है फील्ड में। सेकंड ये था कि मैं आपको पता हो कि अपना जो स्टाफ होता है, नर्सिंग स्टाफ, इसमें इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होता कि इस तरह की ट्रेनिंग में जाने का। तो उसकी वजह से पता है कि जो MBA वगैरह किए हुए दूसरे जो लोग होते हैं, जो नॉन टेक्निकल पर्सन होते हैं, वो हमारी जगह काम करते हैं और हम पीछे इसमें काम में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करते। तो वो जो हमने था कि चैलेंज को एक्सेप्ट किया कि हम कर सकते हैं और हम कर रहे हैं। तो किसी भी चैलेंज से मैं पीछे नहीं हटा और मैं सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड रहता हूँ और कॉन्फिडेंट रहता हूँ। कभी मुझे यूं नहीं लगता कि है ना मैं ये काम नहीं कर पाऊंगा। और कभी अटक भी जाता हूँ तो मेरे रोल मॉडल सर होते हैं, मुझे कह देते हैं कि है ना नहीं ऐसे चलो हो जाएगा। और कभी मुझे उन्होंने निराश भी नहीं होने दिया। मेरे सर ने, मंगलाराम जी ने कभी ऐसा नहीं होने दिया कि कभी मैं निराश हो गया हूँ। जब भी उनको कभी लगा तो मेरे से हल्का से पीछे धक्का लगा दिया। तो जिंदगी में जरूरी है कि कोई रोल मॉडल भी होना चाहिए। फिर मैम जो मेरा काम करने का वे था कि हम 3 चीजों को साथ में लेके चलते थे, नॉलेज, स्किल और एटीट्यूड। नॉलेज होना चाहिए आपको, विदाउट टीचिंग, विदाउट स्टडिंग नॉलेज नहीं आएगा। स्किल्स है तो वो आपको काम करने से आएगी। लेकिन जो तीसरा इंपॉर्टेंट था वो एटीट्यूड, कि अगर आपके पास नॉलेज भी है, स्किल्स भी है और अगर एटीट्यूड आपका नेगेटिव है तो आप किसी भी काम को सही ढंग से नहीं कर पाएंगे। तो उसके लिए हमने जो था ना लोगों का और खुद का एटीट्यूड था वो पॉजिटिव रखा, कि हम खुद भी करेंगे और दूसरों से भी एटीट्यूड था उनका पॉजिटिव होने पे हम फोकस करते थे कि भाई इस तरह से जब करेंगे तो नॉलेज और स्किल्स का मैक्सिमम यूटिलाइजेशन हो पाएगा और हम एक कॉम्पिटेंट नर्स के रूप में काम करेंगे। तो मेरा मूल मंत्र यही था, नॉलेज, स्किल्स एंड एटीट्यूड, तीनों का बैलेंस। नॉलेज आपके पास होना चाहिए, इसलिए मैं टीचिंग में गया। स्किल्स को मैंने कंटिन्यू अपडेट रखा, मैंने कभी स्किल्स को छोड़ा नहीं, क्योंकि स्किल्स के लिए मैं मेरे जो स्टूडेंट नर्सेज हैं जिनसे मैं पढ़ाता हूँ उनके साथ मैं क्लिनिकल एरिया में जाता हूँ, वहां पर ऑन द बेड साइड हम उनको प्रोसीजर करवाता हूँ, और ताकि उससे क्या मेरी स्किल्स भी अपडेट रहे और बच्चों का नॉलेज भी अपडेट रहे। और जब बच्चे वही चीज जो इसके अलावा जो ट्रेनिंग में हम सीखते हैं वो इन सर्विस लोगों को जो हम देते हैं वही हम चीजें प्री सर्विस बच्चों पे लागू कर रहे हैं, ताकि ये इन फ्यूचर में ये जो नर्सेज बनेगी हमारी यंग नर्सेज, तो वो ये जो कमियां आज इनकी दिक्कतें आ रही है वो नहीं आए। तो हमने प्री सर्विस पे फोकस किया, प्री सर्विस जो स्किल स्ट्रेंथनिंग पे हम काम कर रहे हैं। तो ये मैडम हमारा इसका जो टोटल ही रहा, सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड रहो, चैलेंज को कब आए तो उसको एक्सेप्ट किया और आई कैन डू, आई विल डू, इस मूल मंत्र पे मेरा फोकस रहता है मैम। इसीलिए हम जो जहां से बॉटम से स्टार्ट हुए थे, जहां पर ये सोचा था कि नर्सिंग में क्यों आए, और वहां से आज ये चाहते हैं कि हमने बहुत अच्छी जगह आ गए। तो कोई भी बंदा सफल हो सकता है अगर वो चाहे तो, जहां विल होती है वहां पर रास्ते मिल जाएंगे मैडम।
Totally agree.
Thank you, Rupa madam.
Thank you very much, Chenaram ji. I'm really grateful that you accepted our invitation, was on show. Thank you very much, sir. And let me tell you, we were talking about the professional adjustment. Professional adjustment is not always about the complaining. It is always about how your challenges can be converted into opportunity. And this gentleman actually really worked hard to convert those things. Because in the beginning, when I was talking to Chenaram ji and I was asking कि कभी कोई problem आई है, कभी कोई problem आई है, and he was keep telling, madam आई तो है, but नहीं मैंने उसे solve कर लिया, आई तो है, but मैंने ऐसे solve कर लिया. He's keep talking about the solution, and let me tell you, in a hours and hours talk, I couldn't find any problem out of his professional career, because he kept telling, he was so positive and he kept looking for the things. And let me tell you, many nurses doesn't know about these areas like Barmer and other places. राजस्थान, यूपी, झारखंड, बिहार के बहुत सारे ऐसे एरियाज हैं जहाँ पे मेटरनल मोर्टेलिटी रेट बहुत ज्यादा हाई है, इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट बहुत ज्यादा हाई है. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, दे couldn't find the nurses to work over there. So person like Chenaram ji, who's very qualified, he can work anywhere, but still he is stick to that particular area. And सारा दिल्ली से सीखना, बड़ी बड़ी cities से सीख के उस area को empower करना, he's working on public advocacy, he's working on empowerment. I would say in a true way, he is a community nurse, and we are really grateful to you, sir. Thank you very much, working hard and bringing glory to the nursing profession.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. With that note, now I'm having one of the super duper, like, you must have seen, our Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, or I would say that Virat Kohli. Now it's time for the young master who will coming to give another century. So I request Alka. Yeah, just a moment. Alka, I'm just looking for your slide. So she's a young nurse who's always having the third option. The idea and the concept of third option is one who Alka, introduced to me. And I'm really fortunate, Alka, that you accepted our invitation and now on the show. Over to you, Alka.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind introduction. Good evening, friends, colleagues, and all the mentors present here. I was quite fascinated when I got to know about this show. It gives unique opportunity to people like me to learn and share their own life experiences and their own ideas. So first of all, I thank the organizing team, especially Rupa ma'am, for providing me this wonderful experience. To start with, when one retrospects his or her own life and to share some pleasant memories, it gives a feeling that we have come a long way. Nevertheless, deja vu is good. For a middle-class girl with normal upbringing, where money and time is an eternal factor, I am quite proud to say that I have achieved everything that my parents desired. For a young girl who came in the profession by chance and not by choice, I did fare well in my graduation. I was a SNA treasurer in Student Nurses Association, heavily involved with crucial activities related to fellow students. And that was my first leadership experience, which boosted my confidence. Coming from a family of government employees, I too aspired to become a government employee after my graduation, and I continued the family legacy. Waiting for the right opportunity to pounce on, I landed as a nursing tutor in a nursing school. My initial leadership experience taught me to be confident, but being a tutor is something different. It is completely a different ball game. I was diligent, students loved me, and the bond which I shared with them is unexplainable. But my edge to be perfect or to be good in all aspects, whether it is clinical or practical, made me join private setup so that I can have direct contact with patients. My idea worked, and very soon I was doing well, managing the entire floor and doing all non-invasive cardiac procedures, especially the nursing part of it. And life was smooth. You means you see people around you growing, and when you see that people tend not to stop, we set new goals and we try to achieve them. In the search of completeness and holistic knowledge, I too started preparing for my master's. And believe me, those were difficult days when I was in private setup. There were long duty hours and traveling time, and then it was difficult for me to manage my studies with them. It was quite stressful. But when you are sincere to your goal, you make it possible. Means nothing is impossible then. And I made it. I secured third rank in the prestigious RAK MSc entrance exam. And with that too, with self-preparation, and I'm completely against the existing trend of coaching. But my happiness was short-lived, as I was not offered the branch of my choice, medical surgical, citing the fact that my experience is inadequate and I couldn't take it. I was in two minds whether to accept my fate and move on or live it and prepare again. मतलब अगले साल फिर से मैं वही एग्जाम दूं with one more clinical experience. But I decided to go with the third option of fighting it out. I met my teachers and I explained my version, how badly I wanted this as choice and not by chance as it happened in the past. Days of struggle, spending sleepless nights was rewarded. My teachers relented and they offered me the subject of my choice. And it was very satisfying when you are rewarded for the effort you put in. I was given a seat. That institute did a first of its kind, means I was the 11th candidate out of 10 seats. So this is how I got my specialty in masters. Then masters a 2-year phase where you get to work with stalwarts of the field. It's altogether completely a new dimension, learning to publish new things and to learn about research and statistics, which help you in growing. I was fortunate enough to be guided by the head of the institute in my research work. 18 months into the course, I was selected in AIMS, but my 6 months course is pending. I was again left with two options, where either to pursue the job or continue masters. And then, as always, I chose the third option, and I did it that in the past too. So I decided to file an extension. I was scolded and verbally abused whenever I used to go to the offices and I asked them that I need extension. They used to say, "Madam, you cannot have everything all together. आपको सारे लड्डू एक साथ नहीं मिल सकते. आपको एक चीज choose करनी पड़ेगी. या तो आप next year job के लिए try कर लो." I was very disappointed. Finally, they agreed to extend the deadline by 6 months and not a day more. When I calculated, I found that my course is 7 days longer than the extension period. Means it was 6 months plus 7 days. And they were giving me extension of 6 days only. Now, again, what to do with these 7 days? I was very much confused. Everyone told me to go for a job and quit masters. Then again, I chose the third option. I went to my principal, ma'am, and I told her everything. And she just solved my problem in just 5 minutes. She said, "You write an application to the university addressing your problem and request them to prepone the exam." And I did same. And she forwarded my application. It was unbelievable that university exam got preponed and I could be able to finish my MSc in the given extension period time. And then I joined AIMS rightly on the last date. And this is how I completed my master's. Everyone thinks that once you secure a job, life becomes easier. And to some extent, it's true. But government jobs are not that easy. Their rules are too rigid. You need to fight at times for opportunities. I remember that I applied for a WHO workshop after my joining, just after 6 months of my joining. And the application process required signature of AIMS administration. And the administration was reluctant to provide it. I was humiliated, made to wait for long hours after my night shift in the process. And then the application was outrightly rejected, citing the chain of command. I was new in the hospital. I was not knowing anybody. I don't know that to whom I should ask for help and how I will get this opportunity. Then suddenly it clicked in my mind and I called one of my senior from the hospital side and I took his number from one of a WhatsApp group of AIMS Nurses Union. And it was a little bit awkward for me calling him first time and asking directly for help, but I did it. I gave it a try. I called him and I introduced myself and I told him that I need your help. And he helped me. He helped me a lot, and with great difficulties, I could able to submit my application on the last date. So these three stories, if I conclude that this is how I adjusted into the profession with the support of my seniors and my mentors. I feel that whatever you want to do it today only, because there is no tomorrow. If you will miss the opportunity today, you will never get it. You might miss them. It is very important to stand and strive for whatever you want and always think about the third option. So at the end, all I want to say is never stop and satisfy with whatever you have. Keep trying, keep fighting, set your goals, try to reach them and grow continuously. Thank you. Over
Thank
to you,
you.
Rupa ma'am.
Thank you very much, Alka. It was lovely listening you every time. And moreover, let me tell you, I hope everybody remember Mr. Mansingh from the concept of leader without title. You know, Mr. Mansingh was talking about a story that one girl approached him for the last day NOC, and she was the Alka actually. And that is how Alka approached me. You know, she just wrote me a message and she said, you know, ma'am, I was that girl. And literally, I was quite curious to know that what she did. And that is how the Alka is with us right now. You know, I would say that she is the girl who always knew how to create own path for herself. So let me tell you, all the youngster out there, especially the nursing professionals, don't get disheartened whenever you are finding the difficulties, challenges. Please, please, just walk a little bit. You can definitely conquer this, and definitely, if you will conquer it, you learn with the experience, you learn with the success, and ultimately, years after that, you will be telling your story. Think about the Sucheta. You know how she must have felt on that particular night. You know, it was like, why I'm in this profession? But ultimately, she is a tutor now. You know, that's how we adjust with the profession, and we learn from our experience. I request everyone, be positive, learn from each situation. You know, there's a very beautiful picture I used to see whenever you are thinking that you are in the dark. You know, जब तीर को कमान में डाल के आगे टारगेट किया जाता है तो it always go little backside, and especially when you are starting a race, you just push yourself a little back and then you rush. Similarly, whenever you are in difficult situation, think that God giving you opportunity to shine. Please see beyond that darkness and you will see the shine. For example, Mr. Chenaram ji, you know, he was the one who was working in a difficult terrain. He can be complaining कि हमारे वहाँ तो कुछ भी नहीं है मैडम, हॉस्पिटल भी नहीं है, वहाँ तो हाजिरी लगा के we can come back to home. But he exert himself. He actually strive hard to learn more and more, and now he is teaching so many people, and his students are benefiting by his, you know, advanced knowledge. At last, Alka, who's always, you know, trying her hard to get the third or fourth option. With that note, I request these three lovely personalities to just, you know, because over the period of time, definitely they have their own life fundas, the principle of the philosophy which they are dealing with them. I really want to start with the Sucheta. Sucheta, please come up and give us a few take-home lessons so that we can also learn from you.
I just want to say in the end, like heroes, and there's a little difference between heroes and the ordinary people. They take little longer, minute longer than the ordinary person while, you know, while fighting the battle. That's all I want to say. That if we, you know, have some patience and stay a little long, maybe we'll win definitely.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sucheta, for giving this her own style. You know, she speaks very subtle, but she speaks volume. You know, she is absolutely right. There's a slight difference between an ordinary person and hero. So don't just get settled with the ordinary person. Just push little hard and be the hero. We are really looking forward to you all. Please, I request Chenaram ji. Chenaram ji, are you there?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Over to you, sir. I really
जहाँ
want कि आप, yeah, बिल्कुल.
जहाँ चाहा वहाँ रहा, जहाँ चाहा वहाँ रहा, जो आपने चाह लिया रास्ते खुद ब खुद निकल आएंगे.
चेनाराम जी, मैं आपका 1 मिनट और लेना चाहूंगी. मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहूंगी, इतना पॉजिटिविटी और इतनी सेल्फ मोटिवेशन कहाँ से लाते हैं आप?
मैम, एक तो मैंने कहा था मेरे रोल मॉडल हैं सर. दूसरा, मैं गायत्री परिवार, अखिल विश्व गायत्री परिवार का सदस्य हूँ. तो मैं उस परिवार का सदस्य होने के नाते मैं कूल माइंड रहता हूँ और पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड मिलता है मुझे वहां से. तो मैं स्पिरिचुअलिटी में बिलीव करता हूँ, लेकिन अपने आप को कूल रखने के लिए और अपने आप को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए. और एक चीज और, मैं हमेशा जैसे क्रेडिट के लिए लोग भागते हैं ना, मैं उस क्रेडिट के लिए नहीं भागता. क्रेडिट अपने आप मिल जाएगा, आप काम करते रहिएगा बस. क्रेडिट अपने आप मिलेगा, काम करते रहेगा.
Excellent, Chenaram ji. And let me tell you, I was just waiting for this line. Just when yesterday I was talking to this guy, I was asking ki how he gets satisfied and क्या उनको कभी ऐसी craving हुई है कि मुझे credit नहीं मिला, किसी और ने मेरा credit grab कर लिया. So simply said one line, madam, काम करते रहो, credit अपने आप मिलेगा. And it actually, it gives me lots of motivation, and therefore I asked him, what do you do to keep yourself cool, And let me tell you, friends, spirituality, meditation, giving time to yourself, love yourself is few basic principles to keep yourself in a good position and always striving to be successful. Thank you very much, Chena Ramji. And now it's time for the Alka Rai,
Thank you,
the
ma'am.
youngest champ.
Ma'am,
Over to you, Alka.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to say that always think out of the box. Don't stick to two criterias. Means create your own path. Don't follow others. Then only you will be succeeded. If you will wait for your turn on the same path, you might get failed.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Alka. Yeah. Anybody want to add something else? Chena Ramji, Sucheta, Alka, we'll love to hear you. Anything you would like to add before I will be closing this session? Sucheta, Alka, Chena ji? Yeah. Thank you very much. I hope everybody would have enjoyed this Impact Factor 2.0 with these young leaders. I would say these are the dynamic personality who actually, but in the beginning, when we actually chosen this concept, we will be thinking that people will be talking about the more of complaint. And let me tell you, we are very clear. The Nurse Talk Show whole team is very clear. We really wanted to come up with constructive, positive mindset people who really wanted to strive hard and do extra for the nursing fraternity as well as the public and the community for the health. Because health is a human right and everybody should get health. And being a nurse, it is our prime responsibility to serve the health to everyone. And therefore, when we are started looking for these, gems in nursing fraternity, we could able to just handpick 3 of them because they were very positive. They were constructive. They found so many problems, but literally they really don't wanted to tell those problems in a complaining way. And that's make them a little different from all of us. So today we learned 3 very important things. First, it's always not me, it's always we. Team is very important, as Sucheta was saying. People find very difficult when they are entering from the student life to the professional life. I request everyone, and especially our nursing leaders, middle managers, everyone, whenever somebody is coming from the student life, give them a time. They really need a time of adaptation. It's not like just a tag, off tag and on tag. Just one day she was a student and just next day she was a professional nurse, and she lost her ability to say no if she doesn't know. I am not saying to say no, but it is our duty to become her shadow, her mentor, teach her, so that she should not be finding herself in a difficulties. And whole system is in our hand sometimes. So we have to be a little bit more cautious whenever we are handling youngsters, especially students. They really need little time. जब हम अपने छोटे बच्चों को ही चलने के लिए अकेला नहीं छोड़ते, so how can we leave our students alone when they are in clinical setup, and especially when they are turning phase? Another thing, the Chena Ramji, the new definition of credit. Hardly we think about, but he was the guy who told me, madam, किसी के दिमाग में रह जाए, किसी की डायरी में हमारा नाम रजिस्टर हो जाए, किसी के फोन में हमारा नंबर रजिस्टर हो जाए. This is also part of credit, and you don't know when you are going to get benefited from these things. And let me tell you, networking is very important, and that's what we people sometimes just chasing and asking for the credit, and we forgot the learning. Everything, if you're doing something by heart, you're going to learn a lot. Please don't get focused on the outcome and forget the whole learning. Learning is a wonderful and beautiful experience if you can really enjoy that. And last but not the least, the Alka, the third option. She always said yes or no to hai na. Let's try the third option. Agar third option nahi hoga, to we'll come back to the second. Yes or no. Karna hai ya nahi karna hai. Just strive hard. look the aerial view of the problem, and ultimately you will going to get so many solutions. With that note, I request you to please don't forget to join us next week, and we'll be waiting for you. And thank you very much once again on the behalf of whole team. Thank you very much, and love and peace for you all. And don't forget to love yourself, give your time to yourself, and try to work on your own happiness. And therefore, you will be the happy, successful professionals. Thank you very much.